How do you change people's minds? How do you get people to love board games just as much as you do? Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? My name is Nick Murphy, one half of the Bros Murph, and this is Metagame Minute. Now, I'll acknowledge the first thing. First of all, I'm in a different area. This is a very blue wall. We are building out a second set over here in this part of our studio, and it's obviously not finished, there's nothing on the walls, but nonetheless, I wanted to film over here just for funsies. But nonetheless, I want to talk about this week is kind of getting new people into the hobby and a way that I like to try and go about it. And I think something very important to do with new gamers is showing them something they've never seen before, and specifically changing their idea of what tabletop board gaming can be. If all they've ever known is Monopoly and Sorry and Chutes and Ladders or Snakes and Ladders, depending on where you are, all of these different kinds of things, I think changing their idea of what a board game can be can really get them interested in board games more so. Now, there is an argument to be made to go down the familiarity route with them, saying like, hey, this is something you kind of played before, but here's a much, much better version of that. And I do think that's fair, but I think that's a good way to be like, oh, okay, board games aren't as bad as I thought. Because a lot of people have a negative stigma and a negative connotation around board games. But I think a better way to go about it is to show them something they've never seen before and expanding their idea of what a board game can be. And that is why Carcassonne is my favorite gateway game, because I think it does that very, very well. A lot of people would probably choose like a Pandemic or a Ticket to Ride, something, again, on the simpler side as a gateway game. And that's very familiar. You have cards, you have a big board. It's something that makes sense. And sure, you're doing something in Ticket to Ride that you're not doing in something like Monopoly, and so you're still showing them something new, but you're still working in an area that they're completely familiar with. Board games have a board. Board games have cards. But if you show them a game like Carcassonne that starts with one single tile on the board, if you're not playing with the river, one single tile on the board, and that's it. And you go, this is it. This is the game right here. And what you're doing is you're grabbing a tile and you're putting out a new tile and the board will grow. And every single time we play this game, this Kingdom of Carcassonne will look completely different. Sometimes it'll go this way. Sometimes it'll be a big square. Sometimes it'll be some weird Cthulhu monster looking thing. It kind of just depends on how things play out. And I think that doing that is so important because it changes their idea of what a board game can be. They didn't know that tile placement was a thing. They only know boards and cards, and that's it. Maybe some dice as well. But tiles, tile placement, your board growing is a thing that does not exist if you've only played Sorry or if you've only played like Stratego or something like that. Those are very fixed things, and something like Carcassonne isn't, which is one of the reasons why I love introducing Carcassonne to people, because you can see their mind going like, whoa, 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 okay, so I put this here, okay, now I'm gonna try and close this city, and I can put this road over here. Okay, great. I think that's so important. And again, it's one of those things where you're just showing people that board games or tabletop games can be, there's such a world that they've never seen. There's a world they've never explored. There's so many different mechanisms. There's so many different themes, so many different kinds of games that they've never seen before. And that to me was very, very exciting when I first started. And I think it'd be exciting for other people. And so I like to show people something they've never seen and really try to expand their idea of what a board game can be. So let me know down in the comments if you do this too, or if you think it's better to go the way of a more traditional route with a board, with the cards, to try and tap into something they're already familiar with. And if you are like me, or if you just have an idea of a game that's good at expanding people's knowledge and expanding people's ideas of what a board game can be, put it down in the comments below. I'm always looking for more gateway games, and I really think that this is important, and I think it works quite well, and I think it's a good way to not only get people to see that board games are not just boring, but that they're exciting and the discovery is there, because I think discovery is one of the most important things about board games. So let me know down in the comments below, and until next time, I'm Nick Murphy, and we'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Metagame Minute. Make sure to let us know what games you like to use to expand your audience's knowledge of board games and all that kind of stuff. We want to give a big shout out to our channel sponsors, Lucky Duck Games, Restoration Games, and Board Game Geek. And a big special shout out to ePaladin, who was our month of August sponsor. So awesome. ePaladin has been an OG follower from the beginning, been here as long as pretty much anyone else, and they are just so awesome. They absolutely deserve this shout out because they've been wonderful since the very beginning. They support us for a very long time. Thank you so much, ePaladin. We love you to death. And make sure to check out other Metagame Minutes on the right side of your screen. Make sure to check out our top 10s as well. Have a great rest of your day.